Let's start talking about my ego, or not like ego arrogance type. What I mean is me, the core of my being, I amness. If somebody knocks me, touches me, pushes me, I say, don't touch me. My ego extends then to my body. If you come with a pickaxe and start digging a hole on the wall of my house, it hurts me. Why shall it hurt me? I'm not the one you are digging. My subjective experience expands in such a way that it also captures that inanimate object. Thus, the moment I give a part of me to my belonging, that becomes part of me. The idea of me is elastic. Today I love you, and if someone says mean words to you, it hurts me. Sometimes it hurts me when, like, I walk with my brother who doesn't understand English much, and then when another brother pulls a little bad joke on him, and it hurts me. When the subject himself is not hurt, why should I, not even part of that, feel the hurt? This I is extended to envelop that other subject, could be my family. If our neighbor regularly going to church says the Vedanta temple people are really crazy, there is a collective consciousness hurt. Everybody will feel the hurt. There is not a real ego to be hurt there. Not one single real human being hurt. But why should we all feel the hurt? In the collective sense, sometimes it just erupts. You know, like you are nice and nothing matters, and then if someone says really bad words about maybe your gender stuff or race stuff or ethnic background or something, and then even nice people turn not too nice because they feel personally attacked, their ego hurts. The ego is elastic. We can constitute, or let me say, we can always negotiate the parameters of this ego. So the moment I am experiencing this book, this is a book, Ācārya, I have pulled myself as a separate being, observing the object, thrown out in the space and time that has been separated from me. The moment I objectify something, I pull my part of being to give space for that part that is the other, that is the object. So is it just a fantasy? No. It's the way consciousness manifests itself in the mechanism of constituting subject, in the mechanism of defining what makes something as object. So what is there to learn for, forget about epistemology. What is there for us to learn as a yogi? In the unawakened, the term the book gives is aprabhuddha. In the unawakened state, subject and object are fixed and frozen, like given permanently. And then it creates a 4 category of yogis: Aprabuddha, Prabuddha, Buddha, Suprabuddha. Like it's like a well enlightened, and then completely unawake, and then in the completely unawake state, our subjective horizon is absolutely pulled out of the objective horizon. Things are there, I am here. There is no relation there. There is no possibility of, somehow intermixing a breeze. It's like, like the pulp of coconut and the shell. Completely 2 different entities. But then we come to a higher and higher state in which this whole separation appears more and more flimsy. That is epistemically what I mean in our everyday experience, that starts coming to reality. Like we start experiencing the world that way. That allows us to see that because my ego is flexible, I have no reason to permanently objectify everything else out there because it's elastic. A yogi expands in his heightened state of consciousness to envelop the totality. The state is called purṇahanta. Purna means complete, ahanta means I-ness. What does that mean? It means you circumscribe everything that is there within your ego.
I-ness?
I-ness, ego. In this fully awakened ego sense, it's still the ego, but that is the objectless ego. Why is this objectless ego? Is because there is nothing thrown outside of the parameters of its being. Everything that exists within the gaze of this yogi.
Is it still subjective?
Yes, it's still subjective.
The ultimate objectivity.
Yeah, this is the absolute subjectivity.
It's the ego of knowledge.
This is the God consciousness.
Right.
Because in the God consciousness, everything is felt as my own being, my own pulsation. We want God to feel us as those miserable beings and He could help us. The problem is we are fantasizing God to be a rich man, who could just give us a little money. Because the way God experiences is everything within. It's not separated from His being. How can God experience us thrown outside of His being? Because everything is within His subjective gaze. When Shiva says, I am, that I am includes everything. When a particular neuron triggers in my head, that is that neuron. But when I say I'm going to dance, I'm talking about the head and the body, and I'm talking about everything, So when a part has this little ego, that does not include the totality. But when the whole says I, that includes everything within. The ocean. The I consciousness not of a bubble, but of the ocean. But there is yet more to go. But this is kind of nice station for me to pause. So there is another question there.